Good morning, everybody. This is Diggs. It's another beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest, and today we're going to be doing a video giving you a sneak peek of what's coming in WoTV over the course of the next 1.5 months. Let's go ahead and dig in. So over the course of this video, we'll be going week by week on what you can expect to be coming out. We're also going to be talking about the events, equipment associated with those events, whether or not we're going to get a main story, for example, and what that gear does. There are a couple weeks that are a little questionable, particularly the week of September 20th and the week of October 25th, just because that's Halloween week for the week of the 25th. And then, of course, the 20th is going to be Lara Croft, Freyevia VC, and a whole bunch of other things. So we'll get into that. Let's go ahead and start off with next week, though, which is going to, of course, be Laswell's VC. Pretty much everybody expects this to be coming out. It's going to give individual ice units attack plus 30%, give agility party-wide for ice units, and it's going to give acquired AP party-wide for ice units. It's also going to give Man-Eater plus 25 for ice units attacking with physical attack. Overall, it's just this incredible vision card that's coming out. What's even more important with this is that it is going to be paired potentially with whatever Freyevia's vision card is going to be the week after when it comes out. So we're potentially going to get double ice vision cards releasing. I think because Laswell's EX was already out on the JP side, it makes sense that we'll get Laswell's EX next week. I'm hoping we do. It also makes sense to me that instead of getting rain, or maybe we will get rain, with Freyevia coming out potentially the week next with her VC, it just makes sense that Dwayne and Freyevia will probably make an appearance as well. So I would imagine next week we will see Laswell's VC, and we will potentially see Freyevia and Dwayne make a reappearance in some type of Brave Exvia summon event type of thing. Laswell's EX, pretty powerful. You could expect, increased mods, increased range. Bunshin's going to get an upgrade to get an additional cast. He's going to get his job level 25 ability Kasumi, which is a cross-shaped 165% modifier with 3 range, AoE height 1, range height 1, and it has a 25% chance to inflict blind. Not the best ability, but definitely powerful and another tool that he can kind of add to his arsenal. The following week is when things get a little bit messy. We do know that Lara Croft is going to be coming out the week of the 20th. We also know that Freyevia's vision card is going to be coming out that week as well. And it's potentially, if we follow the same schedule that JP followed, also the release of the 1.5-year anniversary. This is going to be a lot going on at once, and there was a lot of stuff that came with that 1.5-year anniversary. And honestly, I think they're going to reshuffle it. They're going to move things around so that we don't have a bajillion events the week of the 20th, and they maybe spread it out with the week of the 27th along with Jayden's release so that we're not completely overwhelmed. Some of those things that are going to be coming out with Lara Croft are going to be the raid campaign, where it's going to have every single raid boss that we basically fought. There's going to be like 4 of them, and every single piece of raid gear that you can buy. It's not actual raids. It's like a brutal stage. Essentially, it's going to have a multi version as well, where basically you grind these out to get tokens to buy. They're called like raid anniversary tokens or something, where you can buy the raid gear, and it's gonna have every single piece of raid gear that has been available in the game. We're definitely gonna be doing lots of videos on this, so stay tuned. Along with all this, Velne is going to be released as well. She is the Lightning Select Quest unit. Very powerful. Again, the Select Quest units have been fun. The Select Quests have been challenging, but they aren't like a huge amount of content dumped at once, it feels like, because not everybody kind of is ready to do them or bust it out. So I could see this being released and coinciding with Tomb Raider and Lara Croft. The other thing that's going to be going on the week of the 20th is the Anniversary Tower event. So if the Anniversary Tower event is also released that week, it's called the Lions Valley Campaign. It's a 20-floor tower that is separate than the normal tower, and it basically is just going to give you like Ascension materials, Awakening materials for your units. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited for it. It's going to have EXs on floor 10 and 20. A lot's going to be going on. We're also going to be getting quality of life upgrades to the quest party formations. So that's going to go from 10 to 20. We're going to see adjusted AIs of green mages, most likely, if that's not already in the game. We're going to see the changed conditions for activating vision abilities for some vision cards. There is going to be another update a couple weeks down the line, which will address some of the other vision cards that are coming out. But basically what this will do is let jobs who have, like, let's say Exorcist, for example, has Soldier as the main job right now as a requirement. Well, if you have sub-job Soldier, you will be able to use Triple Trick now. Previously, it was main job only, and the transition that it's going to be is sub-jobs will now be able to use those vision card abilities, which is really cool. It gives them a really, like, diverse range of use, and I'm excited to see the strategies people will come up with them. Tomberry 3-star will also be coming out. Tomberry 3-star, not really remarkable. Little bit of a weird esper if you've actually looked at him. He has slash resistance, electric attack, and then he also has magic attack. He's almost like a thunder magic esper in a way. I guess that would be the identity that I would give him. He is going to have disable resistance though, which is always useful. We're also, like, I feel like this is just like the 2 weeks that is going to be ridiculous, right? We're also going to be getting part 1 of chapter 2 of the next section 2 story. We're also going to be getting Ruinstern EX, Helena EX, and Vadim EX. And Helena and Ruinstern EX are actually pretty good. Ruinstern's going to get an upgrade to Roar of Ruin, which decreases AP consumption 25. Hazard Crush is going to get an upgrade, which decreases HP consumed from 20% to 10% with a healing potency of -50 on the target that it hits. And his job level 25 ability, Barrier Break, is going to be able to break barriers. Helena is going to get an Emerald Echo passive upgrade with resist AoE plus 15 on it. She's also going to get an upgrade to Bar Aurora, which will give Earth resist plus 25 and defense plus 15. And she's going to be the only unit in the game that can give you debuff resistance plus 100% to all 3 attack types. So definitely a niche unit. There could be a situation in the future where you need to use Helena's ability when you're going up against something. Vadim is going to get his EX. I don't think Vadim's EX is like next level crazy. However, he does get a passive to Thief's Knowledge, which gives him hate -3. His kind of big thing is that he gets a Steel Heart range height upgrade. So his range height for Steel Heart is going to be 2 instead of 1. And then he's going to get Sleep Spin, which nobody's ever going to use probably. 175% modifier, 25% chance to land sleep. Let's be honest, you're probably going to EX him just to get that Steel Heart upgrade, and then you're not going to spend the Blossoms at all anywhere else. After all of this, the week of the 27th is going to come around, and Jayden is going to be here. Jayden, of course, a very hyped up unit. Light Element Magic Gunner is going to be released. He's also going to be released with the Volush event. The Volush event is where you are going to be farming for Quasar, which is his gun, or Quasar. People are going to be in the comment section talking about how I say that right now. It gives missile attack 15. This gun is really only good for Jayden. It gives magic up. There's no real attack up benefit. So you have 181 magic from it. You have crit rate. I imagine you might want to go for the crit rate version of this gun. I haven't done the math, but yeah, I mean, if you get Jayden, you're going to farm this gun. If you're planning on getting Jayden eventually, you're going to want to farm this gun. So not a crazy good gun for everybody, but for Jayden, it's most likely best in slot. After the Jayden week, well, thank you for the sub, Marco Antonio. Thank you for the YouTube sub, my man. After that, we are gonna have Jayden's VC come out the following week, and Jayden's VC release week is going to be chock full of a lot of things as well. If you aren't familiar with Jayden's VC, it's of course going to be very good for him. It's magic up, dexterity up, increased light attack on him for plus 15. And then it's going to give party-wide light elemental units missile attack up, AoE resistance, and then if you do have it maxed, dex plus 35%. And if you did watch my critical hit video, you know how powerful these vision cards are with dex plus 35%. So it's likely Jayden or whatever light element composition you're going to be running are going to be running like critical hit machines. So just consider that, because while dex 35% doesn't look like it does much, it absolutely could like give you essentially, it's essentially the same as giving you a 0.25 modifier if you're guaranteeing a critical hit from it. So it's very powerful. You're also going to get an expansion on the main story. We're going to get part 2 of section 2. Shadowlink's EX came out. We already have Shadowlink's EX, so I think we might see Victoria EX and Raryu EX. I also think there might be a possibility that Laswell EX is maybe delayed all the way until Victoria EX and Raryu EX come out. It's a very, like, it's just something I think about because the EX schedule's a little wonky now, but it is something I think about because we just had like Sergei's released for EX the other week with Engelbert, and I struggle a little bit to see Laswell EX being released and then literally the next week Ruinstern EX being released. It just seems like a lot of EXs coming at once, so I'm not sure kind of how the schedule is going to be reflected or if it'll be changed. However, Victoria EX, one of the units I'm literally the most excited for. Horizontal jump is going to get, or going to become armor break dive, which will give defense down. She's going to get her job level 25 ability Frost Leap, which if you're familiar with Glaciela's leap attack, is a instant leap attack and a cross shape attack, which is going to give frostbite. So it's going to be beast. Dragon's Blade counter, one of the best counters in the game, is also going to drain AP now from the opponent. So overall, I mean, Victoria EX is going to be a monster, especially if Ryavia's VC pairs well with her as well. Like, I mean, you're starting to see some synergies that are getting a little scary, right? Raryu EX, I mean, Raryu was one of my first, you know, level 99 units ever, so I always love him. His concentrate passive is going to get upgraded to gain AP, kind of conserve AP 20x. Arm shot is going to be upgraded with plus 50 potency. What's interesting about the arm shot upgrade though is it does get a range height of +2 added onto it, where normally the range height on arm shot is 0. It is one of the most powerful gunner abilities, so the fact that you're getting range height +2 is a really powerful upgrade for Raryu, especially if you consider, you know, like you have, you know, Prompto coming out in the future, who's another dark element gunner. You have Venera, who has access to dual gunner sub. So there may be something with Dark Missile one day in the future that you may want this for. His final ability, job level 25 complete shielding, is going to give 100% damage reduction one time. Now, of course, alongside of all this that week, we are going to get another vision card released along with the raid, because the Omega raid is going to be coming out. So the Omega raid is coming out, which will give the diamond coat. And of course, it's going to release the hard version, basically, of the Warmth of the Forest card, which will be given for free on getting to the level 5 sub boss, essentially, of Omega. So the Warmth of the Forest vision card is interesting. I wouldn't say it's an amazing vision card, but it is pretty good. It has attack 105, agility 3, HP 301, ice individual unit pierce attack up plus 23, which is very powerful. It gives pierce attack up 20 for the party-wide ice units. It also gives accuracy plus 9, and then party-wide it gives slash resistance 15%. So it could be utilized as a really powerful, like, independent vision card for, like, Victoria if you're wanting slash resistance and you also want that pierce attack modifier with some additional agility. Not terrible, not the best. I could see you using it, maybe even a little bit more than like the Kraken vision card, or the Chimera vision card even. Diamond Coat is going to be the piece of equipment that comes from the farmable Omega event. It's not the best piece of gear, but it's also very specific. So very specific jobs can equip this, most of it being gunner class jobs. So it's going to give increased acquired AP 30% for self. And then it's going to give increased missile resistance penetration, 15 for self as well. Has a shield barrier vital form, and it also gives critical evasion. Overall, it's an okay piece of gear, really powerful. Acquired AP for gunners is okay. It's pretty good. I don't think this is going to be like make or break, game breaking powerful. Missile resistance penetration is also pretty good though. So I'll kind of have to wait and do the math and kind of see what else can go into the different slots. I think because it's missile resistance penetration on a body piece, where normally you wouldn't be able to get something there, it could be really good. But also, can you get critical damage in that spot instead? Where if you're using Jayden and these other gunning characters potentially, what's your crit rate look like? Could that critical damage deal more than that 15 missile resistance penetration? There's a lot to work with there. The following week, we're going to get Volush, and this is going to be like the week where we can take a break. And I'm a little concerned they might just like slam Volush into one of the other weeks and just be like, yeah, he's out. Like, they might just release him and release his event because they might want to like do 2 weeks of Halloween or something, right? So Volush will be coming out the week of the 11th in October. He's going to be coming out with the Sunblade, which will be, of course, a magic-based great katana, which, can they just release the Osafune event? Like, honestly, all we want is another Osafune event. We're also going to be getting the Ruins 4 as an arena map for those that are excited about that. Slash attack plus 15 is going to be on this. This weapon is only farmed for Volush. If you're going to level up Volush eventually, get this weapon. No other unit in the game will use this weapon, except for him. So it's very specific. It has a very specific purpose. I'm not sure most people are going to be chasing this because I don't think a lot of people are going to be chasing Volush either. It's just going to be happening over time. So we're getting lots of events that are very like hyper specific equipment event farms for very specific units right now. The week of the 18th is another crazy ass busy week. It seems like just like these weeks get really chonked, and the week of the 18th has a lot going on for it. So we are going to get chapter 3, part 2 of the story. We're going to get Typhon EX and Leviathan EX, which are going to be great. I would not be surprised if Typhon EX got delayed until Halloween EX came out. But again, you know, you never know. I imagine they'll just come out together. We're going to get the Golem event for the Tourmaline ring. So we'll get the Golem Brutal farm. And the Tourmaline ring is an interesting piece of gear because it increases jump 1 for 1 turn to self, and then increases dex 20% per self. So again, that dex plus 20% can be really powerful depending on if it's on the right unit or not. Also, if it's on a ranged unit, keep in mind, ranged units modifier on damage is dexterity as well. So it could be really good to slot on some of your ranged units. In addition to all of this, we are gonna get our Dark Select quest. So Lamaga is gonna be coming out. And we're also going to be getting a new item showcased here in the lower right-hand corner, which will actually lower a unit's faith, which I think is really interesting and potentially pointless because you could just do that in the barracks, but it's there. You can lower faith to 30 with it. So that's interesting. The kind of summonable item for the week of 10/18 is going to be the Specialty Care Vision card, most commonly referred to, I would say, as the Crace Vision card. It's going to have HP 276, AP 20, attack 164. Water unit for the individual unit is going to get magic resistance and attack up percentage. Party-wide, it's going to give Man-Eater and accuracy. And then for the party-wide max level buff, it's going to give single target resistance, which is always very powerful. Now, in terms of, you know, is this a VC you're going to pull for? Is this a VC you're going to go nuts for? It's okay. I like the AP 20 on it because it gives kind of some versatility. I like the single target resistance. Man-Eater 25 accuracy up is a little situational, especially since it's physical attacks only. Maybe this will have more use though with Lara Croft coming out if she is a water unit indeed. So all of that is kind of something to consider. Along with this though, we also have 3 more EX units coming out. Glaciella, Crace, and Ravi's. Glaciella is interesting. She gets an upgrade to Valkyrie Pride, which will give an additional AoE resistance plus 20, magic resistance plus 20. This is literally like, you know, if Black Rose Helena isn't dead by then, you know, this is just giving more ways to deal with Black Rose Helena. She's going to get an upgrade to Leap Strike, which will decrease AP consumption 40x for 3 turns. And then her job level 25 ability is called Stunning Thrust, and it's basically like a shotgun spear attack with stun, essentially. Crace's upgrades, she's going to get an upgrade to Concentrate, which will give her crit plus 15. Double Shot upgrade is going to have crit damage plus 25, and then decrease AP consumption 50 for 1 turn on crit. So I imagine that's on the actual shot itself. I don't know if that means, since Double Shot is a 2-hit attack, if you crit on both attacks, would be something. This is actually something I should probably do a video on whether or not for each hit in a multi-strike attack, the crit roll is rolled for each hit, or if it's rolled for like 1 and then it copies that. Interesting thought. Now I'm going to be thinking about that. Knee shot is her job level 25 ability to decrease jump 2 when you land a critical hit on the opponent. Jump cannot be decreased below 1 though. I remember this from when I reviewed Krace's EX a while ago. So jump cannot be decreased below 1. Ravi's upgrade is going to give Paladin's Blessing a passive upgrade of hate +5. Her Saint's Cross upgrade is going to give evasion +15 with a 25% chance to land blind. Again, Ravi's has the most evasion for like a paladin tank, so she's going to be a very good like evasive paladin tank unit. And then she gets Confusion Blade, which will decrease the AP of the enemy by 20x, and it'll give potentially confuse on the target. Now, we get to the week of 10/25, and I'm just going to skip it because that's Halloween week. I don't know what's going on that week. I don't know. We have no clue. I'm not going to theorize. This is not a Halloween theory video, although that will be coming. But we're going to jump to the week of the 1st. The week of November 1st, I imagine, will be King Oberon. And this, of course, is the beginning of November. King Oberon on JP did have King Oberon shards as the login reward for the month. We're going to get a New Hope type of event where we are going to be able to farm for the Elemental Gust Spear. The Gust Spear does go with King Oberon, where it gives Earth Attack up 30 for self, Pierce Attack up 15. Its Assault form is going to have 147 attack. You could go for the crit form with only 117 attack. I don't think it's worth it. I think you really, because this lance is very attack starved, and you're getting 30 earth modification on it plus pierce attack. So attack may be more valuable for Oberon depending on what you're running, especially if you're running the Esper with him. I'm actually going to make a call right now. I do think the assault version is going to be the best for him, but you're going to be doing that all week. And then the week of the 8th, we have literally what I think is probably one of the best Espers in the game coming out. He is a beast. I can't say his name. I'm just gonna call him Elfie Poo, because I know his name is like Elphalocalus or something like that. But he is great. His vision card's amazing. It gives HP 322, attack 147, agility 3, man-eater on the individual unit +15, HP up +5% on the individual unit. Party-wide, it gives earth units single hit resistance, agility up. Party-wide, it's going to give earth units increased pierce attack 35. For those of you that love Eileen as well, or on Jay, that's you, this is the vision card you're waiting for. Along with this, we're also going to get Selir, Adelard, and Naya's EX form. I don't have a breakdown of their EXs because I'm going to be honest, it's 11 o'clock at night, and I wanted to finish this video. So I did not break down their EXs. I just lied to you guys because I told you I knew the weather. Yeah, I mean, if you guys are getting this far in the video, you probably know already. But Chapter 3 of Section 2, Part 1 is also going to be released. And then we're also going to be getting the Igaion raid, which is, of course, going to drop the White Dragon Vision card / Esper. White Dragon Vision card is very good in that it gives Dark Resistance +15% and critical hit rate to the party for light element units. It also gives light element units HP +15%. It's a great vision card for like people who are starting out in the game. Of course, we have vision cards that are better than this in multiple ways, but for someone who's starting, this could be very powerful for them, right? The Blue Dragon armor is going to be the farmable item from this. Vital form, it has 814 HP for those of you that care about that stuff. It's also important to note that very limited units can equip this. It's very much like Dragoons and Spear users only. I would probably go for the Shield or the Barrier. Its kind of claim to fame is that it gives Berserk and Charm Resistance 50% for 3 turns. This is definitely going to be like really nice in some PvE situations where units have like 100% charm rate and you can pop this on and potentially resist a charm. Zazan and Tower, I'm looking at you. But yeah, I mean, I don't think this is going to be like crazy must farm, right? This is going to be very like it might be nice to have 1+5. You might look at what else is on the raid for farming Igaion and be like, yeah, I might farm something else. So that does bring us to the end of the video. I hope you guys like this stuff. I did do kind of like a final page here kind of showcasing what else is coming after this. Basically, we're going to be getting Farm, Minwu, and then Final Fantasy 15 probably around Thanksgiving. We have a couple other pieces of equipment and vision cards coming out. I can do part 2 on this if you guys are like dying for it next week, but I'll probably wait like another month. Oh my gosh, the people are subbing all over the place tonight. Thank you, Robert Scott. But I will probably hold off on doing this for maybe a month or 2. We tend to do this on almost a quarterly basis. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you do want to support me, please consider becoming a YouTube member. That's one of the best ways to support me. You could also use my affiliate link, dig.gs/coins, or you could go to dig.gs/offer as well. And thank you so much, and have a great rest of your day.